All right, we're here with John Spytek, Raiders GM, and Ray and I do a podcast called With the First Pick. And Rand?
And you have first pick?
Here we go.
Who you taking?
No comment.
All right, John, I'm going to ask you a serious question. And Ray and I have talked about this on the podcast. And I put the question to him, and he didn't immediately say no. So if you have a GM call you and wants to offer a package for you to move down, are you answering the phone?
I'll always answer the phone. Some of those guys are my guys. Always answer the phone.
Thank you.
This is no hurt in listening, you know. and one of our owners told me one time, options have value.
Yeah.
And so, you know, doesn't mean you have to do it, doesn't mean you have to take it, but I love listening. I was just telling James Palmer over there, it's my superpower. So I don't know if you can convince my wife of that, but that's how I'm going with it.
You know, it's about like when Ryan and I are talking about it, and I always say this time of year, it's everybody being nosy.
Oh, yeah.
Right, everybody's being nosy. You're calling around, hey, I'm interested, but you're just trying to see what they're doing. Just having the first pick, and I don't know that you've ever had the first pick.
I have
throughout your career.
Not my entire career, no.
How is it preparing for this? You've been in a ton of places that have had a ton of success, so you're typically used to picking in the 20 area. Having the first pick, how has the preparation been for that?
Honestly, Rand, I really hasn't been different for me. You know, I mean, I got a great group of people around me in the scouting personnel department that are got us right where we need to be right now. And we're not going to begin with the end in mind. I mean, I know everybody wants us to, but we're going to go through our whole process like we always will. And I think the one thing that I don't have to worry about is there's nobody in front of us. So there's one less variable in there that we got to worry about right now.
When you look at the first pick, though, I mean, we're all sitting here, we're all pegging in a guy for the first pick. Is it that simple to peg in Mendoza for you guys as the first pick?
Not right now. It's not. You know, maybe it's sometime in early April it will be, but. You know, I truly mean like we are going to go about the process the right way. I do not want to rush this or just assume that there's any one person at any position. That's not what I've been about. I don't think that's the right way to do it. And you know, we're gonna do what we need to do. And at some point we'll be comfortable, but it's not right now.
Ask your coaching question. I'll follow up with that.
Well, yeah, you settled on Kubiak as
We
your
didn't
coach.
settle.
Well, you picked him as your coach.
Yes, sir.
Why him?
Just a really great couple experiences with him. And, you know, obviously everybody could see what he did with the Seahawks this year, and they just kept getting better and better and better. And that was really on display for the world to see. But, you know, the man that we interviewed, the leader, the visionary, you know, there's a humility and a stoicism to him that I really value. We all really valued in the Raider organization. You know, he's been through a lot of, you know, ups and downs in his career, and he's moved. This is his fifth move in 5 years. Sometimes for great opportunities, and sometimes because it didn't work out. But it didn't. He just kept finding the good in things and attacking what was in front of him. And you know, obviously got a chance to be with a great organization. And he talked about how much he learned from Mike and John Schneider, and you know the opportunity that they gave him. And you know, it just became very obvious to our entire group that was on the interview circuit that he was the right guy for us.
So I want to follow up with the Klint question in particular. What's his vision for Ashton Jeanty? Because clearly 2025 didn't go like Ashton or any of you wanted. Chip Kelly lost his job in the middle of the season. So what was Klint's selling point? Is it going to look a lot like what we saw with Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet, or what's he thinking about with Ashton?
You know, just we didn't get into specifics of how but just you know that scheme, the way that he runs his offense, like there's a premium on that position, and it's even better when you've got a really good player like we believe we have with Ashton. And, you know, his job with a lot of help, and we got a lot of work to do on the entire roster, but is to help make that pick and make Ashton come to life. And I have a high level of confidence that he's going to do that.
Did you hear that, Pete? He said, in terms of the running back position, it's a high position of value. This is Pete's. He says that you can just pick any running back and just place him.
Within reason. Within reason.
So, and this isn't a question, but this is just more so having worked under that Shanahan-Kubiak tree. One of the beauties in working with those guys is their clear vision and what they want out of every single position. You and your staff are going to absolutely love working with those guys because they make your job as a scout so much easier because you're able to pinpoint exactly what an X receiver does in this system, a Z, an F, a running back, a tight end, a Y, and F, and you guys and your staff are going to really love it. But where I want to go somewhere different. I don't know if Colin and crew, if we can zoom in on the kicks.
Let's go.
Can we get the kicks of the day? I hear you're a big sneaker guy. What type of selection are we going to see out of you here at the Combine? Because I know these aren't the only ones you brought.
They're not the only ones. I didn't bring that many, though.
So we're going to see a variety. Talk me through your favorite Jordan. Are you a Jordan guy first and foremost?
I am a Jordan guy.
All right, let's go with that. Which is your favorite Jordan?
The ones.
My man.
They're not the most comfortable, but I'm okay with that. I love the ones. I love the look. I love the classic look. Kind of takes me back to my childhood. So there's some nostalgia in there.
High or low?
This is my first pair of highs right here, but I'm not opposed to any of them.
Let me give you a little secret before I pass it back to Ryan. The golf shoe. The Jordan 1 golf shoe, because it gives you that little extra grip. It'll help your lower back.
I have some of those too.
You wear them in your day-to-day, like you wear them out to the store?
Oh, absolutely. And I don't play golf, but I will go and I will get the Jordan, whether they're the highs or the lows, and I'll get the golf shoe because it helps when I'm walking around.
Pete and I don't want to throw you in here, but I think I could. I was actually in 6th grade when the original Jordans came out, and my mom bought them for $60 originally, 1986, I think. And my dad had some questions about why $60 was spent on a pair of sneakers.
Pete definitely
I was in my
wasn't
20s.
Yeah, I was like, he
I was in
definitely
my
wasn't
20s when those
sixth
things
grade.
came out.
Do you have anything else for John? You want me to
Well, I want to ask about Maxx Crosby.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people around the league obviously have their eyes on him, and I know you guys have talked with Max about what his future might mean in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Max and I have had great conversations. I just keep saying the same thing. I mean, he's a great player at a premium position, and we need as many great players as we can get. And Max is working his tail off right now to get healthy, and he's going to be healthy by the time the 2026 starts. And I look forward to watching him play.
All right, I have one last question. Bringing it back to, again, Randy and I talk a lot about prospects and with the first pick. So going back to that rookie class last year, you're going to find this hard to believe, Pete, but I love Dante Thornton and Jack Besh both coming out. I don't think they probably played up to the level they expected. What's the year 2 leap expectations for wide receivers specifically?
Well, my expectation for the entire rookie class is huge. The year between 1 and 2 is where you expect a huge jump. I mean, they're officially pros now. They get an entire offseason in our program. And, we're going to need both those guys to step up and play to the level that I know that they're both capable of playing. And, they're working their tails off right now. I see them in the building every day. Most of our rookie class is there every day right now. Caleb Rogers, I said on the podium, I don't think he's missed a day yet. They're all the right kind of guys. And I'm happy about that. We're going to get the most out of those guys, and I believe that they all have a lot to give.
Charles Grant, pick number 99. You know where he went to college?
Here we go.
You're a Bill Murray guy?
That's right.
Always has to work that in.
Hey,
always.
Charles is a smart kid, too.
He's going to
like my days in Williamsburg.
I got a lot of belief in Charles. He got a
he's
chance to play 2.5 quarters against the Chiefs at the end of the year. He did a really good job, and he's a great kid. He works his tail off. It's all out in front of him right now.
Yeah, he's a special kid. I enjoy talking to him. All right, John Spytek, Raiders GM. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, so if the Wonderlic still existed, and if every general manager had to take it, who's scoring the highest?
Brandon Bean.
Really? Why Brandon?
He just seems like every time I talk to him, he's a smart dude, and he worked in football operations, which takes a lot, and seems to think really fast because it's really a timed processing test more than anything. So
I think he's going to be excited that someone said him.
he should be.
Well, he'll buy you a drink later.
Yeah.
If your new head coach had to miss practice one day, which of your players would you put in charge?
Brock Bowers.
Really? He'd make sure all the work got done.
Yeah, he's a maniacal worker.
Okay. Your kids, who are their favorite players on the Raiders?
Well, my 11-year-old thinks he picked Ashton Genty, so he would say Ashton.
Okay.
And my 9-year-old would say Max.
Max. Okay, and how about your wife? Who's her favorite player?
That's a great question. Probably Michael Mayer.
Okay. Have you ever, in previous stops, have your kids ever asked for the jersey of a player on another team?
No.
Would you buy one if they did?
No.
Because?
We're Raiders.
All right, then. Who on the Raiders currently could play in any era?
Max.
That's a good answer.
And Ashton.
And Ashton, too.
And Brock.
And well, so you're building a team of timeless players,
Yeah.
clearly. Craziest draft call. You don't have to give us who, but story anything that you've been a part of, whether you were the GM or the assistant GM.
Craziest draft call?
Yeah. Did somebody not pick up? Did someone's mom pick up? Did someone think that you were pranking them?
Oh, like calling a player?
Yes.
I haven't had any. I'm sorry to let you down on that one. I haven't had
Seriously,
any.
every call has gone according to plan.
We had one time in Philly, we called a player and he didn't answer his phone. And it was like at the end of the third round. And we finally got the dad, and the kid didn't think he was getting picked, so he went to the grocery store to buy a snack or something like that because he was so upset. But at least the dad answered, and we knew that the kid was not in jail and
and
excited
that was okay?
to be.
You were comfortable making the pick without having spoken to the kid?
I mean, what were you going to do? The time's running out. That was fine.
It was fine.
The kid was upset. He didn't think he was going to get picked on in the third round. So
Team building time right now.
okay,
If you could add any Raiders legend to this current roster, who would it be?
I'm a Michigan guy, Charles Woodson.
Okay, well, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
All right, GM trivia.
Okay.
Who is currently the longest tenured general manager in the National Football League?
Is it Howie Roseman?
Incorrect.
It's not John Schneider.
It is not John Schneider.
I'm drawing a blank.
It's Jerry Jones.
Oh, trick question got me. Yeah.
Joe Ortiz called it a trick question, too.
Yeah. Well, Joe's smart.
Mickey Loomis is number 2.
Ah, yeah.
Which current GM ended the quarterback career of Josh McDaniels?
Oh, I have no idea. And how
Did
ended?
you know-
Played against them?
Nope. Beat him out. Josh McDaniels was a quarterback until this guy came in, and he had to become a wide receiver.
Current quarterback? Or current GM?
Current GM.
So somebody that went to John Carroll.
Correct.
Nick Casario?
Yes, good job. What current GM worked in a cranberry bog and then quit because he hated the bugs?
Oh, no idea.
That one's Eric DeCosta.
Okay.
Which current GM's first full-time job after college was as a high school librarian?
Jason Light.
James Gladstone.
I know that's not right.
Which current GM's first job in high school was selling vacuum cleaners door to door?
Vacuum cleaners door to door? Brian Gutenkunst.
Andrew Barry. Which current GM got his entry into football when, as a student at Auburn, he looked in the phone book, found Terry Bowden's number, and called him to ask if he was taking the Eagles head job?
So I had to go to Auburn. I don't know anybody that went to Auburn, so I'm going to fail this one too. I suck at this game. I'm going to go back to mascots like last year. I don't know.
This one's Joe Ortiz.
Oh,
And on that Auburn staff that he eventually was a student assistant on, Les Snead was a GA. 2 GMs out of Auburn.
well, who would have thought?
Who would have thought? What current GM was drafted the highest as a player?
John Lynch.
No. Everybody keeps saying John Lynch.
Well, he's a Hall of Famer. I mean, it's like the one that comes to your mind.
Dan Morgan. John Lynch
Oh,
was
yeah,
a
top
third
10.
rounder.
Top 10, Dan.
11, I think.
11.
Actually.
Well,
It was
we'll call it
11.
top 10.
All right, let's play the game. We're going to do the random generator. Just so you know, Joe Ortiz has a really good team.
Well,
You get a quarterback, a wide receiver, a running back, tight end, defense, and coach. And you have to give me the era on the defense. So it's all time.
so
not current.
what's the? I got to pick somebody off the team that comes
You'll-
up.
Correct. So, like, if the Cardinals come up, I would pick Larry Fitzgerald as my wide receiver.
Oh, this is fun. Well,
Okay.
So I get the Bucks.
Well, no.
Why?
Here we go. You might get the Bucks still. Let's see.
No, I'm not gonna get the Bucks now.
These are the positions you have to fill. All right, Broncos.
John Elway.
All right, that was easy. Next, you got a quarterback. Vikings.
Adrian Peterson.
You didn't even think about their purple people eaters?
Oh, I can go. We don't have to go in order.
No.
Oh well, I'll take Adrian Peterson.
Okay. Bills.
I'll take Marv Levy. He went to
Okay.
4 straight Super Bowls. Well,
Vikings again.
I guess I got to take the.
Or do you want a wide receiver or a tight end from the Vikings?
My kids will kill me if they watch this and I didn't pick Justin. No, I can't
No,
pick
you
any,
can't pick. That would
anybody
be
new.
tampering.
Tampering.
So it's got to be all time.
So give me the purple people eaters then. Yeah,
I gave you that answer though.
that's your fault. What do I have left?
You have tight end and wide receiver.
Tony Gonzalez.
left. Okay. Now your wide receiver. Let's hope this works out for you.
Give me the Niners. Stop.
Oh, Lions.
Oh, Kelvin Johnson.
Oh, that's a good team. All right. So
Did I not beat Joe?
your team is Marv Levy, a coach. My handwriting's awful right there. Sorry about that. Marv Levy.
Oh, this
your
is the best
quarterback
team.
is John Elway. Your wide receiver is Calvin Johnson. Your running back is Adrian Peterson. Your tight end is Tony Gonzalez. And your defense is the Vikings. Joe Ortiz's head coach is Vince Lombardi. His quarterback is Tom Brady. His running back is Marshall Faulk. His wide receiver is Plexico Burris. His tight end is Todd Heap. And his defense is the Steelers. The Steel Curtain.
No respect to Tom. Disrespect to Tom, but
Tom.
I like winning.
Well, okay, that's actually another segue here. We didn't ask you up there. You likely need a new quarterback. As you develop a young quarterback, or should you choose a quarterback and develop a young quarterback, is that something that Tom would be involved in?
Tom's involved in everything, football-wise. So anything that we do, I let him know about and we communicate about. So, I mean, obviously there's an expectation with the first pick in the draft and all the money that we have that he's going to be involved in all that stuff.
But when you think about having the opportunity to have a member of your ownership work with a young quarterback, does that make you assess the possibility of a young quarterback differently? Does that make you think
I don't think so. I don't, because any quarterback we have, there's a different evaluation process and really what's called pressure that comes with having Tom in the building. He has an expectation for the way that position needs to be played and what goes into playing that way, the process, the preparation, all of that, way before the results. And so, whoever's lined up behind center week one, there's a little bit more pressure probably because of who's in our building.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
You got